The world is changing. The pace of transformation is accelerating, driven by technological advancements, shifting political alliances, and economic upheavals. For decades, the United States has been the dominant global power, shaping international norms and leading global institutions. But a new era is dawning, one that promises to redefine the global order. China, with its vast economic might and growing military prowess, is challenging the established order. Its Belt and Road Initiative is expanding its influence across continents. The balance of power is shifting, and the implications for the future are profound. This shift is not just about military strength, but also economic influence and technological leadership. Will this transition be peaceful or marked by conflict? The stakes are high, and the path forward is uncertain. The rise of China is one of the most significant geopolitical developments in modern history. Its rapid industrialization and technological advancements are reshaping global dynamics. After centuries of relative decline, China is reclaiming its position as a major player on the world stage. Its cultural and historical legacy is being revitalized alongside its economic resurgence. This resurgence is transforming the global landscape, creating both opportunities and challenges for nations around the world. The stakes are high, and the outcomes will affect billions of lives. The rivalry between the United States and China will shape the 21st century. This competition will influence global policies, economic strategies, and international relations. It will determine the future of global trade, technology, and security. The decisions made by these two superpowers will ripple across the globe. Understanding the dynamics of this rivalry is essential for anyone who wants to navigate the complexities of the modern world. The future is uncertain, but knowledge and awareness can provide a compass. But one thing is clear: the world is entering a new chapter, one in which China will play an increasingly important role. The global community must adapt to this new reality, finding ways to coexist and collaborate in this evolving landscape. After the devastation of World War II, the United States emerged as a global superpower. The war had left much of Europe and Asia in ruins, but America stood strong, its infrastructure intact and its economy booming. Victorious and economically strong, America shaped the post-war order. Soldiers returned home to a country ready to rebuild and innovate, leading to an era of unprecedented growth and prosperity. The United States established institutions like the United Nations, NATO, and the World Bank. These organizations were designed to foster international cooperation, prevent future conflicts, and promote economic stability. These institutions promoted international cooperation and helped maintain peace and stability. Through diplomacy and strategic alliances, the U.S. played a pivotal role in shaping the modern world order. The U.S. dollar became the world's reserve currency, cementing America's economic dominance. This financial supremacy allowed the U.S. to influence global trade and economic policies significantly. American military bases spread across the globe, projecting power and deterring aggression. The presence of U.S. forces in strategic locations ensured a balance of power and deterred potential adversaries. The United States was the architect of the liberal international order, a system based on free trade, democracy, and the rule of law. This framework encouraged nations to adopt democratic principles and engage in open markets. For decades, the United States enjoyed a period of unparalleled prosperity and influence. Technological advancements and a thriving middle class characterized this golden era. American culture, from Hollywood movies to blue jeans, spread across the globe. The influence of American music, fashion, and entertainment became a global phenomenon. The American dream became a powerful symbol of hope and opportunity. People from all over the world aspired to the ideals of freedom, success, and a better life that America represented. However, the world is no longer static. The dynamics of global power are shifting, and new challenges are emerging on the horizon. New powers are emerging, and old assumptions are being challenged. The rise of technology and the growth of emerging markets are reshaping the global landscape. The rise of China is testing the foundations of the US-led order. As China grows in economic and military strength, it presents both opportunities and challenges for the existing global system. China's economic transformation has been nothing short of remarkable. Over the past few decades, the country has undergone a rapid and unprecedented change that has captured the world's attention. In just a few decades, China has gone from a poor agrarian society to the world's second-largest economy. This shift has been driven by a series of strategic decisions and reforms that have fundamentally altered the nation's economic landscape. This meteoric rise is the result of a combination of factors, including market reforms, foreign investment, and a vast workforce. The government's open-door policy attracted foreign businesses, while domestic reforms unleashed the potential of the Chinese workforce. China's Belt and Road Initiative is a prime example of its growing economic clout. Launched in 2013, this ambitious project aims to enhance global trade routes and foster economic cooperation across continents. This ambitious project aims to connect Asia, Europe, and Africa through a network of infrastructure projects. It includes the construction of railways, highways, and ports, facilitating smoother and more efficient trade. The Belt and Road Initiative is seen by many as a way for China to expand its influence and reshape global trade routes. By investing in infrastructure abroad, China is not only boosting its own economy, but also strengthening its geopolitical standing. China's economic success has had a profound impact on its people. The rapid development has led to significant improvements in living standards and quality of life for many Chinese citizens. Hundreds of millions have been lifted out of poverty. The migration from rural areas to urban centers has provided new opportunities and a better standard of living for many. A new middle class has emerged, eager to consume and travel. This burgeoning middle class is driving domestic consumption and contributing to the global economy. China's cities are bustling centers of commerce and innovation. Cities like Shanghai, Beijing, and Shenzhen have become global hubs for technology, finance, and trade. However, China's economic rise has not been without its challenges. Rapid industrialization has brought about significant environmental issues, and the gap between urban and rural incomes remains a concern. The country faces issues such as income inequality, environmental degradation, and an aging population. Addressing these challenges is crucial for sustainable development. How China addresses these challenges will have major implications for its future. The government's ability to implement effective policies and reforms will determine the long-term success of China's economic transformation. China's military modernization is another source of concern for the United States and its allies. China's defense spending has increased dramatically in recent years. It is investing heavily in advanced weapons systems, including aircraft carriers, hypersonic missiles, and cyber warfare capabilities. China's growing military might is particularly evident in the South China Sea, a strategically important waterway. China claims sovereignty over almost the entire sea, despite overlapping claims from neighboring countries. China's military activities in the region, including the construction of artificial islands and the deployment of military assets, have raised tensions. The United States has responded by conducting freedom of navigation operations, asserting its right to sail in international waters. The risk of miscalculation and conflict in the South China Sea is a major concern. Section 5. The Tech Race, Innovation and Competition. The United States and China are locked in a fierce competition for technological supremacy. Both countries recognize that technological innovation is key to economic growth, military power, and global influence. China has made significant strides in areas such as artificial intelligence, 5G, and quantum computing. Chinese tech companies like Huawei and Tencent are now global players, challenging the dominance of their American counterparts. The Trump administration placed restrictions on Huawei, citing national security concerns. The Biden administration has maintained a tough stance on China, but has also emphasized the need for cooperation on issues such as climate change and nuclear proliferation. The competition between the United States and China in the realm of technology is likely to intensify in the coming years. Section 6. Currency Wars, Challenging the Dollar's Dominance. China is also challenging the dominance of the US dollar. For decades, the dollar has been the world's reserve currency used for international trade and financial transactions. This gives the United States enormous economic and political leverage. China is seeking to reduce its reliance on the dollar. It is promoting the use of its own currency, the yuan, in international trade. China is also developing its own digital currency, which could potentially challenge the global dominance of the dollar. The de-dollarization movement is gaining momentum. Russia, Iran, and other countries are also looking for ways to reduce their dependence on the dollar. This trend could have significant implications for the global financial system. Section 7, A New Silk Road, China's expanding influence. China is expanding its influence around the world through a combination of economic, diplomatic, and military means. The Belt and Road Initiative is a key part of this strategy. China is also forging closer ties with countries in Africa. China is also forging closer ties with countries in Latin America. China is also forging closer ties with countries in the Middle East. China is becoming increasingly assertive in international organizations such as the United Nations. It is using its economic clout to win over developing countries and promote its own agenda. China's growing influence is evident in its role as a mediator in international conflicts. For example, China recently brokered a peace deal between Saudi Arabia and Iran. Section 8. The Taiwan Question, a flashpoint in the Pacific. Taiwan is a self-governing island that China claims as its own territory. China has vowed to reunify with Taiwan by force if necessary. The United States has a long-standing commitment to Taiwan's security. The Taiwan issue is a major flashpoint in US-China relations. Any attempt by China to take control of Taiwan by force would likely trigger a major international crisis. Section 9. The Future of Global Order, Cooperation or Conflict. The relationship between the United States and China is complex and multifaceted. It is characterized by both cooperation and competition. The two countries are economically interdependent, but they are also strategic rivals. The future of the global order will depend in large part on how the United States and China manage their relationship. Will they be able to find ways to cooperate on shared challenges such as climate change and pandemics? Or will their rivalry lead to conflict? The stakes are high, the world is watching. What do you think?